Hello, 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 hello. I don't know if we are live yet, but test. I think we should go live soon, any second. Okay. Today we are about to do the next Master Duel N Format tournament. It has been quite some time since the last tournament, and there have been many cards that have been released since. I think we should go live soon. Perfect, I can hear myself on stream, so the audio quality is good. That's nice to hear. Okay. Then, between rounds, I might need some time to just write down the matchups and post them in the Discord channel on the Master Duel N Format server. But I hope we have a blast today with all the fun matchups that we're gonna see. And I am curious about how many Cutter Sharks we are gonna see today. Because Cutter Shark is one of those cards where many people think that eventually it has to be hit on the ban list. But right now, we are not sure. So it's kind of like an emissionary of wax situation, where last tournament we were not sure if the card needs to be hit as well, but we will see. Okay, I am right now sharing the stream on the Master Duel N Format Discord server, and I hope to see some of you in today's chat. Speaking of chat, I cannot see the chat right now, but now I can see it again. Okay, so feel free to post any messages to me in the chat of this video, and I'll try to answer them as speedy as possible. As soon as possible, ASAP. Okay. Whoopala, that's the wrong screen. Okay, today's room is 65303. This is the room in which we will be dueling today. And yeah. There's around 4 more minutes left until the tournament starts. We get our snacks ready. Different kinds of chips. And I got myself some Mauam. Mauam Germany edition. Because as you can hear from my very pronounced accent, I am indeed German, and I will eat these German Mauams for this occasion. I bought these, or my fiancée and I bought these when we were on vacation in the old capital of West Germany. Okay, then I am curious about how many people in today's tournament will be bringing decks to the table that are not N-Format Liga. Either decks that are just straight up normal Master Duel decks, like bringing Tempai to a Master Duel N-Format tournament, or decks that do not abide by our ban list. If you have any questions about the ban list, you can find our ban list in our dedicated ban list channel on our Discord server. I will edit this stream's description as well, so that you can find an invite to the Master Duel N Format Discord server as well. That might be a good idea. Okay. Only 2 more minutes. Get your decks ready, because if you don't have your decks ready by now, then you are in big trouble. Okay, currently editing the description on this stream so you can Okay, you can now find an invite to the Master Duel N Format Discord in this stream's description. Okay, whoops, I opened Edo Pro on accident. That's not the kind of tournament we're gonna play today. Okay, then I removed everybody from today's tournament who cannot play. I will add a buy round to today's tournament, and then I will give out the first round's matchups. It's gonna be 4 rounds probably today, and I am posting the matchups in the lobby soon. We're gonna have 4 rounds with 8 people. With 6 people we would still have 3 rounds, but with 8 people we have to do 4 rounds, sadly. Okay. Then you can soon find your tables in the tournament lobby. The tables that you have to go to. Oh god. The tournament hosting program is on strike right now. It doesn't want to let me give you the matchups. Okay, so in the first round you can expect some people to not show up. This is always the case, sadly. After the first round the field will have cleared from all the people that are no-shows, and we will have removed them by then. In the first round there will definitely be no-shows. I will start the timer when like half the people are on the tables. There's not 10 people left in the tournament. There's right now 9 people left in the tournament. The 10th person in the tournament is the buy round, pretty much. Okay. There is a slight delay on the stream, just so that if anything happens, I can like jump in and fix things. I think the delay on the stream should be either 2 seconds, 20 seconds, or 2 minutes. I am not sure what the delay is, I'll be honest. Okay, I said I'll start the timer once half the tables are full. We should have 4 tables that play and 2 tables are already occupied. Then I will start the timer. If your opponent, I'll write this in the tournament announcements as well, if your opponent doesn't show up after 5 minutes, you get a win, a round win. And if they don't show up after 10 minutes, you get a game win, a match win. So you get a game win if they don't show up after 5 minutes, and after 10 minutes you get a round win. Okay. Can I react to this message as soon as I see it to test the delay? Yes, I can. Okay, timer started. Best of luck and have fun, everybody, and we will spectate our first duel. Let's spectate Lavender Lab, aka Vam versus 2D Battery from the beginning. I am quite hyped what Vam is bringing to the table, because they have many interesting and very capable decks, and they got 2nd place, I believe, or 3rd place in the last tournament. Oh, it's 20 seconds the delay. Well, 20 seconds sounds reasonable, I feel like. I can lower the delay as well. I don't know if I can do this mid-stream, though. Okay, Vam started by normal summoning Laundry Dragonmaid. That's a crazy normal summon already, and they milled 2 Cutter Sharks! Wild! As well as a high rate draw. crazy. High rate draw allows them to target their own monsters, but then they chain the Cutter Shark because a card has been targeted. Cutter Shark is gonna tribute the monster, special summon itself, and then in the end phase it's gonna add a water monster from the deck to the hand. I am gonna edit the sound settings because we want sound. This is a crazy setup from them already. A really good setup. Okay. If the background music is too loud, just write that on the stream, because it might be too loud, because my mic is quite tuned down. Okay, they use Laundry and Cutter Shark to go into a Pit Knight. Pit Knight I don't like as much, because if you now want to use the high rate draw, it's fine, but if they target the Pit Knight early for an attack, like, you can't really do the Cutter Shark, because like then you tribute off the Pit Knight early and it doesn't trigger. Interesting. Ooh. 2D Battery has their Screech setup as well. They got Left-Hand Shark in the graveyard, they got Right-Hand Shark on the field, which allows them to special summon Left-Hand Shark. Left-Hand Shark's level is going to be increased by 1, and if Left-Hand Shark is used as Xyz material, the monster cannot be destroyed by battle, and if Right-Hand Shark is used as Xyz material, the monster can't be destroyed by card effects. This means that they right now have a number 70 that's a towers, pretty much. For this format, it's a really good card, because a number 70 that can't be destroyed by battle or card effects is really good. It also doesn't care if it loses the Xyz materials, just as long as it was summoned using the left hand and the right hand shark, it gains those effects. So you can detach the Xyz materials from the number 70 to actually use its effect. It's really good. They then normal summon Mermaid Shark. Mermaid Shark is gonna add them pretty much anything they want from the deck to the hand. I believe it's probably gonna be a Cutter Shark, because you can use Cutter Shark from the hand as well. We have now reached the life point in that duel. Bipartisan Spider indeed! Whew. I don't know if I support the detaching 1 Xyz material from the Malevolent Sun. But yeah, because I don't know. Like, what does this accomplish right now? Like, it essentially just says you do 1600 more damage this turn. I don't know. Okay. We don't know anything about Vam's hand or their board. This is pretty interesting. But their graveyard setup is crazy. Like, they got 2 Paleos in the graveyard, they got high rate draw in the graveyard, and they got 2 Cutter Sharks in the graveyard. Even if their opponent gets rid of one of the Cutter Sharks, they still got a second one. Oh, and their mill is crazy again. They mill Soul Scissors and Terrifying Toddler of Torment. Terrifying Toddler of Torment will be able to special summon another Terrifying Toddler of Torment from the deck, which is very nice, because this is a kind of resource loop you can get going. And they got Soul Scissors in the graveyard. Soul Scissors allows you to special summon itself if a monster you control has been... If a monster on the field, not a monster you control, has been destroyed. And if this is special summoned from the graveyard, you can target a monster your opponent controls and destroy it. It's really good. And because it's a 2, it has synergy with the Paleos, because you can get it back into the graveyard if you use it as an Xyz material. You can use it with Merly together to make a copy of the Phantom Knights rank 2. It's really good what you can do with this. Okay, right-hand shark being normal summoned again. This allows them to special summon left-hand shark, because left-hand shark can special summon itself if right-hand shark is on the field. And this is the second Malevolent Sin. This has been summoned using a left-hand shark and a right-hand shark. There are outs to this. But we don't know if they are playing any in the main deck. Or in the extra deck. Because in this tournament we do have side decks. It is way easier to out towers like this. Because in other tournaments you don't have a side deck. Oh, this is interesting. Primite Howl. I personally don't like this, because oftentimes you set this after you already got a monster on your side of the field and you don't get the special summon effect. But the graveyard effect is kinda decent. During your opponent's turn you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a normal monster you control, or in your graveyard take control of a monster your opponent controls with higher attack than that monster until the end phase. This is really good, because like it has synergy with the Paleos. If you get a Paleo on field, you can target that Paleo and steal every monster your opponent controls, non-targeting, until the end of the turn, but it's only during your opponent's turn, so I don't know. They got a Canadian on their field by popping their own Hydor, the base of all. That's interesting. They now use high rate draw. No, they don't. What? Okay, sorry. I gotta look at this. Oh no, they did. Ah, this is super cool. So what Vam did to get rid of the Tower Spider is pretty nice. They passed their turn. Then they used Primite Howl to target the Paleo they got. Then non-target took control of the Malevolent Spider their opponent had, and then used their own high rate draw in the graveyard, targeted the Malevolent Sin they now controlled, then used Cutter Shark to tribute off that Malevolent Sin to non-destruction, non-target, remove the Malevolent Sin from the field. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Because the thing is, there are not many rank 4 monsters in this format. So if you just get rid of the rank 4 monsters your opponent is running, then the whole Shark package does nothing, essentially. Because there's like Heartland Draco and Malevolent Sin. That's it. That's essentially the playable rank 4 monsters. And this is a really cool out that they have. Let's check if they got another Howl in the graveyard. They do not. They do not. I don't know what the send with Morella was. Oh no, the Morella was milled, I believe, with the laundry. Okay, they're going to an early. They're going to a Philly. Philly is really nice because Philly can now boost the early. Yeah. Boost the early. And it will do double damage. So if you now run into the Malevolent Sin, it will deal 3000 damage. And I don't know if it gets its own attack pushed back. I don't think it does. So Vam is showing us really, really cool outs for the broken left hand, right hand Shark combo in this format. Without using the side deck, like this is game 1. Really well played, Vam. Really well played. I'll link that channel down in the description below. I haven't linked it yet, but after the stream is over and you're watching this as a VOD, you can find that channel down in the description below. Normal summon Laundry Dragonmaid, and Laundry Dragonmaid this time is again gonna do quite the good mill. They're on the Nemesis package. This is interesting. Interesting, because the Nemesis package is, it's more payoff for the Cutter Shark, as you can recycle your banished stuff a little bit better. I tested it out and I don't know how I should feel about it, because like you can get back Soul Scissors that you banished with the Umbrella. There's really neat applications to this, but I don't know yet if I support it or if I don't. I will quickly check the audio volumes on the stream. Okay, they're going to an early, they're going to a Philly. Audio is still doing fine. Okay. Hagukemino, that's an interesting summon. They tribute off their own spider. For the Cutter Shark summon. So we got rid of 2 spiders already. Cutter Shark in the end phase is probably gonna add a right-hand shark from the graveyard. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. It's a lot of damage. So both players are at 4k or lower now. 5 cards in 2D Battery's hand. And they still have the end phase add with the Cutter Shark. That's pretty much only right-hand shark you want to add, I believe. Or like, do you even want to add right-hand shark? Because you can just special summon this from your graveyard. I'm stupid. Probably mermaid shark. Mermaid shark. If this card is in the graveyard, except the 20% there, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Then target 1 water monster in either graveyard. Destroy 1 monster on the targeted monster's owner's field, and if you do special summon the targeted monster to the field in defense position. This is a really cool card in the mirror match. Like, it's 2 water decks, and this like works for both players' fields for some odd reason. Now they make their own towers, but this was not summoned using 2 water monsters. It still has its effect to not be able to be destroyed by battle. It's kind of fun, because like you got the Hagukemino, and you can't target Hagukemino for attacks. If you attack Philly just comes back, but they link it off. Okay. So I don't get this play. But it's still a decent end board. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. They cleared their zones so that they got Pit Knight early, pointing to the Cat Shark. And Cat Shark is the quick effect to target a rank 4 or lower Xyz monster you control. Its attack and defense become double its original attack and defense, and then they can basically, as a quick effect, use the Pit Knight early to negate an opponent's monster. This is fun. This is really fun. So 2D Battery needs essentially something to force out the Pit Knight early, as well as, yeah, this is just really good. Like that, because the Cat Shark can't be destroyed by battle, and the early comes back every single turn. You got the 1 monster negate with the early and the attack reduce every single turn. This is interesting, because I don't know if the level modulation can be stopped with Pit Knight early here. This might be a misplay. I don't know how the ruling works, I'll be honest. Oh no, it does work. Yikes, 2D Battery is in a very bad situation now, even though they got 7 cards in hand. Holy smokes! 7 cards in hand and still struggling. Master Duel N Format. Oh! We see the one-off Dream Shark. It's probably a one-off. Dream Shark is pretty cool, because you can do silly stuff like just normal summon the Mermaid Shark and then get yourself a Dream Shark on field. Tribute summon Infernal Queen Salmon, okay. I guess they haven't normal summoned yet. This is most likely gonna be a Volcasaurus, because it's 2 level 5s. But I might be mistaken. It's not a Volcasaurus? It is a Volcasaurus, but it's a Volcasaurus with 2 different monsters. Volcasaurus effect. It's gonna target the Berserker, because it's gonna deal a ton of damage, and this is game, I believe. But they still have the Cutter Shark! Yo, Cutter Shark coming in clutch! Crazy. Crazy. Dodging the burn. and getting a big body on field, and getting a search in the end phase. Wowza! Well played from Vam. I don't know what 2D battery can do here. Like, they most likely used up all their special summons from the hand. Like, like, this is N format, guys, and they still, like, special summon 2 from the graveyard, special 1 from the hand, special 1 from the deck. Like, this is N format, but it's the best of the N format decks. It's so cool. Oh my, are they actually on? They are on Grand Knight of the Red Lotus! Holy smokes! How are they a Grand Knight of the Red Lotus? Like, they are probably on 1 normal monster. Crazy. Like, once per turn you can target 1 monster on the field and 1 non-effect monster in your graveyard. Destroy that monster on the field, and if you do, special summon the other monster from your graveyard. There is none. Like, unless they are on some normal monsters that we haven't seen yet. This is a wild tech. It's crazy in Tenny. I tested this out a bit, and it's kind of interesting in some pendulum normal monster decks, but it's always a struggle to get the normal monsters in graveyard then. Oh my god! Okay, okay. So they are definitely trying to go for game here. Grand Knight, if it attacks over the Cat Shark, will deal 1,900. Then the 600 from the Pentastack. And if the Infernal Queen Salmon attacks... It doesn't attack? Did I miss something? Why wouldn't you go Infernal Queen Salmon into the Pit Knight early? Well, wouldn't have been game anyways. Wouldn't have been game anyways. Let's keep in mind, Vam has like everything in their grave. Soul Scissors. They still got the ad in the end phase with the Cutter Shark. They got still Palios in the graveyard. They got high rate draw to trigger the Cutter Shark on their turn again. They got Pit Knight early that they can trigger now using the Cat Shark. This is probably over. I believe Vam got this. Toddler of Torment. Do they have any other targets? Because I believe they went through all toddlers. Ah, yeah, they're just sending normal monsters now. Interesting. Because, like, you see the thing that they were going for. Like, it's a level 2 low attack fiend normal monster. So you can send it with toddler. You can use it for rank 2 plays. It's low attack, so you could use it with the Primite Howl to steal opponents' monsters easily. It's really fun. It's really fun what they're doing here. Okay, we see the Cat Shark Pit Knight early combo again. Which opponent's monster do they go for? Hard choice. Hard choice. Oh, the round timer, by the way, is 45 minutes this time. In the last tournament we had a 40-minute round timer, but we had some complaints. High rate draw right now is interesting. Because, like, you give your opponent a Paleo and they haven't targeted anything with the Pit Knight yet? I don't quite get the high rate draw here. Because like you would have waited for the Pit Knight target and then you destroy the targeted card with Pit Knight. But there's no Pit Knight activation even? I am quite confused. Oh! It's a when effect! Ah! Good old when effects. So they prevented the Pit Knight early by using another card in response. Well played 2D battery. Well played 2D battery. Okay, Vam is now going for a Power Core Talker. Power Core Talker is notable because it only needs 3 monsters. You can make this with Palios. This is really interesting. This is game already if they don't have anything to stop this. Because Power Core Talker can run over the Infernal Queen Salmon and deal quite much damage. And now they have a way to trigger their own Pit Knight early as well. Because they normal summon an All-G Dragon Maid, reducing the Infernal Queen Salmon's attack to 0. And now they can just swing into the Infernal Queen Salmon. But do note that there still is a Cutter Shark in the graveyard. Cutter Shark can still be a wrench in Vam's plans. This is very interesting and quite a good duel. I did not expect something like this in round 1. I expected something like this in our finals or something. Because this is high class Yu-Gi-Oh! High level Yu-Gi-Oh! And peak entertainment in my opinion. I should have gotten popcorn. Battle phase. Okay. Okay. Trying to force out the Cutter Shark. Specials Cutter Shark. Cutter Shark effect. That's fine. Now if they walk over the Cutter Shark, this should not be game. Oh no, they still have the Soul Scissors in the graveyard. Now it might be game. 1,200, 2,700, 3,750. It is game. Well played, Vam. Well played, Lavender Lab, Vam YGO. Very well played. This was a great duel, I'll be honest. This was very, very, very good. Good job. Good job to both of our duelists. Let's spectate another duel. Should we either spectate Squilf versus Bidoof or Blue to You versus Master 202? Squilf sounds funny, so we'll spectate them from the beginning. Okay, we have one no-show, but other than that, it's very nice. Okay, this seems to be game 2 already. Oh, Squilf going for Aqua Actress. I am a huge Aqua Actress enjoyer, especially of Tetra. Tetra is insane, because like you can normal summon Tetra, grab yourself a stage, and you already have a Tetra that cannot be destroyed by battle, pretty much. Currently we're in a water format, I would say, so the aquarium stage doesn't do that much, because it only prevents your water monsters from being destroyed by battle with a water monster. But then Tetra can like spiral out of control by searching in an aquarium card every single turn. It's really, really cool. And you can even like send the aquarium cards with a magical broker to get revives from the graveyard. It's cracked. But they are playing versus Predator Plant. Predator Plant, Sinophi Donaea. Doesn't care about destroying an opponent's monster, it just cares about battling an opponent's monster. And it specials from the deck a copy of Predator Plant Drosophilm Hydra. This is pretty cool, because it's a kaiju. Like you can tribute an opponent's monster with this. Like just tribute an opponent's monster with this to summon it. It's essentially a kaiju. You can get rid of the left hand, right hand shark combo with this as well. And it has like a graveyard effect. If this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can banish another Predator Plant monster from your graveyard to make a monster on the field lose 500 attack. Why does it have a quick effect in the graveyard while it's in the graveyard? It's crazy. Notable normal summon TG Drillfish. TG Drillfish, when it inflicts battle damage to your opponent, can target a monster your opponent controls and destroy it. But because of Wall of Disruption, they were able to reduce the Drillfish's attack to 0 and then pretty much negate its effects, because it couldn't use the effect. Wow. Holy smokes! Wow, what a finish, what a finish. They just do Predator Blast effect, place a counter on the Tetra, do the Banksyogre effect, also a Kaiju in the hand, tribute of the Tetra, special summon itself, and they already had reduced the Drillfish to 0, and they just swing it to the Drillfish for game. What a cool duel, what a cool duel. And that means we still have time to either spectate Game 2 of 2D Battery versus Lavender Lab, or maybe Game 2, maybe Game 1, I don't know, of Blue to You versus Master 202. I think we're gonna spectate Blue to You from the beginning. What time does this round end? We still have, at the moment of me checking the timer, 17 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. 17 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Beware, this stream has a delay of like 20 seconds. Okay, so Master just sets and passes. Ooh, Blue to use again on Unchained. Unchained versus Salamangreat. Wow, okay. Aruha effect pops their own Wild Tornado. Wild Tornado effect gets rid of the Falco. And they got set up. With Antlion being hit in our last ban list, Unchained got quite the hit. But it's still a decent deck. It's definitely still a decent deck. Master seems to have built the deck with quite many Salamangreat monsters in the deck. The best way of playing Salamangreat in this format is just playing the best of the normal summons. Play the spell traps that are great, and play Cyber's good stuff, pretty much. Oh, we see our first Wax resolve. A missionary from the House of Wax is being special summoned after the Sarama declares an attack. Wax's effect will activate, and none of these can be used as Link Xyz or Fusion material, and their effects are negated. Also, they can't attack until the end of the next turn. Now they make an update jammer with the Falco and the backup secretary. Battle phase? I don't know if this is the way. They run over the Sarama. Okay. But now Blue can just use this Aruha and the monster in the other spell and trap zone as material for a summon. Escape effect. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's crazy, because they had the escape set. They had it set. They could have gotten rid of the missionary, but they chose not to. That's very interesting. Blue, what are you cooking? Okay, so they held the escape because the missionary wasn't that much of a problem for them, seemingly. Unchained is so fun. Because like you don't have the 8s, so it's not... You don't get any big buddies on field easily. But you get resources. You get resources, and that's really nice. And Sarama is a good card, because like once you get the traps in the graveyard, you can just reset the traps. So they right now got 9 Unchains already out of the deck. So there's only 3 more Unchained names left in the deck. It's not great. but they are blue to you, so they can probably find a way out of this. So what do we have here? We got an escape set that could get rid of the update jammer, or we're just holding it for the next turn. Because the update jammer is not that big of a problem. We got 2 monsters that we can use as Xyz material or link material if we wanted to, and we got 2 monsters that are still emissionary. We set 1 more spell or trap. Salamangreat Revive is one of the latest support cards Salamangreat got. This allows you to just straight up target a fire monster in your graveyard and special summon it. It's really cool that you can summon stuff like Power Code Talker with this. It's a good card. It's a very good card, and you can recycle this with some of the Salamangreat cards as well. It's not insane, but it's decent. Summons back Falco. We are live again. 3 sets. My best guess would be that the one closest to the main deck is a Wild Tornado, and we know that the one in the middle is an Escape of the Unchained. They link into a Shooting Code Talker. Just linking into ranking up or linking up is not that great, because your opponent can just pop whichever high link you summon. Okay, it can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. You know there is an escape set. You gotta get rid of this escape. This can make a second attack each battle phase, but it will not. It definitely will not. They try to go to the battle phase. Effect Shooting Code Talker. Yeah. They want to run over the Sarama. Does blue to you allow that? Escape. Yep. Getting rid of the negated Sarama makes sense. And they keep the Rakea on field. I probably think that this is a Wild Tornado. Or this one, because like they could have popped either one of these with a Rakea once the Rakea is not negated anymore. Normal summon Mole and then linking off the Mole is great, because you can use Mole's graveyard effect. There's so many cool Salamangreat monsters that nobody plays in the TCG. But like, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target 5 Salamangreat cards in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, then draw 2 cards. Draw 2 cards and it recycles your stuff in the graveyard. Wow. It's really not bad. But it has to target 5, so right now there's only 3 Salamangreat cards in the graveyard. Sarama again being used. Going for the escape. Sunlit Sentinel. A fine addition to the deck. Also, a card that was released somewhat recently. They get rid of the Talkback Lancer, and this will be the first turn where Master takes any damage. Salamangreat Revive is being activated. Wow, Fiend Griefing will be able to shuffle back the Falco that was targeted with the Revive. This is huge, because Falco, when being sent to the graveyard, could have reset the Revive as well. So we kill the resource loop from the Salamangreat opponent, and we get a Soul Scissors in the graveyard. Very nice play, very well done. And our Rakea is not negated anymore. Next turn we got the Sunlit Sentinel. Which will be able to get rid of the last set card on Master's field. So they need a top deck and a half, and I don't see which top deck could do this for them. They got 1, 2, 3 other Salamangreat cards still in the graveyard. So if this is like a Salamangreat spell trap, and they got a Salamangreat normal summon that they can link off. Ooh, it's a Salamangreat spell trap. Interesting, interesting. Don't tell me it's another Fiend's Griefing. Nah, no way. Yeah, well played. Summons it in a zone that's already occupied, so they cannot pop it with the Sunlit Sentinel. Sunlit Sentinel on summon would have destroyed everything in its column. Sets 1. That's a set and pass. And that's a bad miss. Okay. He will activate Escape of the Unchained. Escape is gonna pop probably Aruha. Yeah, Aruha and the set. That was a Salamangreat Gift. Salamangreat Gift, quite the good card. Very, very good card. Can give you greatest graveyard setup and pretty much everything you want. Because like, you can discard a Salamangreat monster, send a Salamangreat monster from your deck to the graveyard, then draw a card. This gets you like additional normal summons out of the hand. This gives you graveyard setup. This goes even because like it draws cards and everything. It's very, very good. It's a face-up spell trap, which you need for some of the Salamangreats. Yeah, this looks like it's game to me. Especially because they haven't been able to go into any power core talker. If they were able to go into a power core talker that they were able to revive with the Salamangreat revive, maybe they could have done something? Nah, I don't know if this goes anywhere good. Let's check how many Unchained that Blue to You still has in the deck. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Still 9 Unchains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they still got 3 Unchains left in the deck. What? Oh, making Giga Brilliant! Giga Brilliant! No, I think that's kinda Giga Brilliant from them. This is able to just boost everything they got on their side of the field by 300 attack. Really nice, and it's one of the better rank 3s. There's other really decent ones as well. There's the VW rank 3 that's actually removal and it can make itself indestructible by battle. It's very, very cool. Okay, we knew about the revive, but the revive is just gonna summon a missionary. Runs into the missionary. Won't be able to be destroyed by anything. This is interesting because we don't have any set card with Sarama. Might have been a misplay. This is actually quite the impactful missionary. Because we went through 2 escapes. So we only have like 1 escape left in the deck. Because we can't recycle it with Sarama. I do also, yeah, we got every single Saramas out of rotation. Because the one outfield is negated with Wax. And we got the 2 other ones in graveyard. So the only, or the best out we can have for this is either... Yeah, it's just draw the escape. That's not great at all. Or hope that Master overcommits and that we can game them by swinging into the other monsters. I don't think that's gonna happen though. Was for an update jammer. Remember, the graveyard is full as well. They got Mole. They probably forgot about the Mole, I'll be honest. They definitely forgot about the Mole. Because like, there's no reason to not Mole here. Doesn't Chamber do it too? Yes, Chamber does it as well. You're right. You are completely right. I am quite sorry, I didn't check the stream for some time. But you are completely right. Chamber does it as well. So if they go for Chamber, Chamber summon back Serama, Serama F, set the escape from the graveyard, that's it as well. We haven't seen a single Chamber. So there's only 24 cards in the deck. Like, 1 is gonna be an escape, 3 are gonna be a Chamber, maybe 2 are gonna be a Chamber. Wild Tornado does it if we can get one of that in the graveyard. But this does it as well. Steal the update gemmer. Oh, packet swap is so cool. Maybe they don't want to lose the Falco loop, but they could just shuffle the other stuff back. Like, there's 2 revives in the graveyard, a gift in the graveyard that they don't access anyway. Falco is a gun, so I'm gonna set the revive. No idea why they didn't summon a missionary. Maybe they want to go for a push now? Or they just think they can afford to go for another... Falco activation? But the Serama is alive now, so you can set an escape again. Pops packet swap. Not the card we would love to pop, but it's a card we have to pop. There's a minute on the clock, by the way. True. They can't go for any missionary stalls here. They have to go for a push at this point. Draws 2. 4 cards in hand. Can they do anything? They have to do roughly 3,500 damage this turn to win in time. That's not it. That's not it. Sets 2 and goes to end phase. Yep, that's game. Salaman Great being a good grindy deck, but not a great grindy deck. Oh, wow! That's the awakening of the Nephthys. That's very interesting. If this face-up card in the spell drop zone is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Nephthys monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, but destroy it during the end phase. So this is basically an accessible Harpy's Feather Duster. Because you can pop the Awakening and then get a Nephthys monster from the deck. Blue, you have been cooking. This is very nice. This is very nice. I love Awakening. Awakening is such a cool pop in Unchained. I tried it out as well. Never worked for me, I'll be honest. Never worked for me, but and that's time. That's time in the round. I assume blue is gonna try to deal some more damage, but there's not really any reason to. Because, like, they could just summon Wax, and then blue would be screwed. So, blue's just gonna pass. Maybe. I don't know, it's time anyway, like... Okay... It is time in the round. Update jammer would be able to get rid of the wax anyway. Yeah, that's game. We can spectate this until the end, but they see the writing on the wall and they surrender. Good duel, good duel. I think we had some very, very good duels in this tournament. I'll quickly remove the no-show that we had. Lucian Morgs did not show up. That's nice, because then we can remove Lucian and we can remove the buy round. And then we can have a tournament without any buy rounds. It's very, very nice. Oh shit. I did some oopsies in challenge. Yep, end of phase procedure. Yes, we don't finish the turn, we just finish the phase. We do not finish the turn, we just finish the phase. Oh, God. Yeah. I accidentally didn't start the tournament, which destroyed the pairings when I just removed 2 people from the tournament that were no-shows. So I have to move around some people. But that is completely fine. You know that this was the buy around. Something like this. Okay, I think I fixed all the problems in challenge. Yep, you cannot report in challenge because I haven't started the tournament yet, on accident. I am very sorry about that. I'm moving the matchups around right now so that they fit again. Squirrel versus Vidov, 2 versus Master. That is correct. Okay. Now we can start the tournament and then I'll immediately drop the 2 people that didn't show up, which were the buy round. The buy round as well as Lucian. Forfeit and forfeit. Okay, now I'm gonna enter the results. The results were tournament table 1, VAM versus 2D Battery. VAM won 2-0. Wow, very well done. Tournament table 2, we had SC43 with a buy round pretty much because they had a no-show. Alpha had a buy round for real. Blue to You played versus Master and Blue to You won 2-1. And on our last table we had Bidov versus Squilf. Perfect. So that's the matchups for round 1. And the matchups for round 2 I am quickly gonna type down or write down or post in the tournament lobby so that everybody can see them. Yep. I did a little oopsie. Okay. Doing the matchups right now. So it's table 1 is Master versus 2D Battery. Oh. Table 2 is Squilf versus SC43. Table 3 is Vam YGO versus Bidov. And Table 4 is Blue2U versus Alpha Ceres. Okay, matchups for round 2 at tournament ping. And here are the matchups. Best of luck to everybody. I'll start the timer again if more than half the tables are occupied, and indeed more than half the tables are occupied. We got 3 out of 4 tables occupied. You can start your matches right now. I'll reset the timer, I'll start the timer, and best of luck to everybody and have fun. Okay, 2D Battery, they played a very, very good match versus BAM and still got 2-0'd. That's a shame for them because I believe it's the first time they play in one of our tournaments and they did great in round 1. This really could have been finals. Bidov is matched up versus. Let's just check that we don't have a no-show. Bidov plays versus BAM. Ah, nice. BAM just undid their side deck. Okay, then we're gonna spectate SC43 because we haven't seen anything from them yet. Let's do this. When you wrote "Let's do this" in the chat, I just imagined it in the CS:GO terrorist voice. Let's do this. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, Squilf also playing a water deck, and SC43 is on Dragon Maids. Squilf is not just on a water deck, they are on Umi. Umi is really, really fun because you can use C Stealth Attack to protect some of your continuous spells and traps. This can, for example, protect Gingerbread House, a crazy removal tool. And Cutter Shark is now going to tribute off the Mermaid Shark and will add Mermaid Shark in the end phase back to the hand. Or it could add itself, but there's no reason to. Tea-Cake in hand is nice. It's nice. Oh no, they were able to send this to the graveyard. Bounces back the Tea-Cake and specials Parlor. That's good, because this forces the opponent to have something to out the Parlor. Does Squilf have something to beat over the Parlor? Because otherwise Parlor can just send anything they need during the next turn. And they don't have to use a normal summon on this if they just go into the battle phase. See Stealth Attack. Ooh, combined with an Aqua Actress Tetra. Tetra is gonna grab them an Aquarium Stage from the deck, which will make all of their water monsters indestructible by battle except with a water monster. That's very nice. Not in this format, because as you guys have already seen, there's a ton of people playing water decks. And Aquarium Stage just says they cannot be destroyed by battle except with a water monster. And if everybody's on water monsters, this essentially does nothing except for its graveyard effect. The interesting thing as well is Dragon Maid does have laundry and everything. Like, they do have water monsters. They definitely got something to get rid of the water monsters on Squilf's side of the field, so don't know if this does much. What the heck? Normal summon right hand shark. I did not expect that. Right hand shark, add left hand shark. Interesting. Battle phase. They're gonna use Parlor effect, summon Tea-Cake from hand. I guess right hand shark does get rid of the Tetra, because then Tetra cannot do a search on the next turn. That's nice, that's nice. Because this is just the once per turn search. Soft once per turn, I might add, because you can loop this quite many times if you play Aqua Actress in the TCG, but I am an avid Aqua Actress enjoyer in the TCG, and I love them in N formats as well. Why do they attack with the T-Keg first, though? Why not attack with the right-hand shark? Ah. Oh. True. They can do Cutter Shark. Cutter Shark is gonna special summon itself back, and then they can't run over the Cutter Shark with either the T-Keg because of the Aquarium stage, and they cannot run over it with the right-hand shark because it's just too small. They really need access to Laundry Dragon Maid. Nadyal is something. Now, next turn, show me normal summon Laundry Dragon Maid. Goes to the end phase. End phase, Cutter Shark is gonna add back Tetra from the graveyard. That's a really cool looking field as well. Sets and passes. We haven't seen the Seal Stealth and Attack in action as well. Like no other Umi cards. I really thought they were on a bigger Umi package. Wow. Downtime effect grabs the Laundry. That's the card they needed to get rid of the Cutter Shark, pretty much. But do they get rid of the Cutter Shark? They probably just get rid of the set monster next to it. Because Cutter Shark on field does nothing. Cutter Shark in graveyard you can summon back and then get an add. Left hand shark effect. Doesn't do much because it's still level 3. Oops. Normal summons Parline, not Laundry. Interesting, interesting. You just search yourself a Laundry. Why do you mill another Laundry? Yes, I am eating chips or crisps. However you would call it, depending if you're in the US or in Great Britain, with chopsticks, because I don't want to get my fingers dirty. Something my fiancée told me. Shoutouts to her if she's watching the stream. She's currently in Korea, so she's not watching the stream, but maybe she's watching it tomorrow. Virtual World Shell Jar Jar is the Virtual World XTs I mentioned earlier. That's really, really cool. Like, you can detach a material from itself, then target itself pretty much. That's the only thing you will do. It cannot be destroyed by battle until the end of your opponent's turn. After damage calculation, if this card battled an opponent's monster while you have 2 or more monsters in your graveyard with the same original type and attribute as each other, you can non-target banish that opponent's monster. Cool card. Normal summon Electric Jellyfish. Sends a legendary ocean from the deck to the graveyard to special summon a water monster from the hand. I'm curious which one this is gonna be. Infernal Queen Salmon. Infernal Queen Salmon on summon effect is gonna probably summon... Drumroll. Terror King Salmon. That's 2 level 5s on the field. Are they gonna go into a Volcasaurus? I don't know, but they very well might. Ooh. I don't know. Honestly, I would have just gone Volcasaurus, because now you still have to deal with the Jar Jar. And now they make the Volcasaurus? I guess better late than never. Yep. I love that Mutant SC43 is playing against Squill. They are a very good Mutant cosplayer. Mutant, by the way, a very, very fun deck currently in the TCG. Even though quite many people are playing Lancia, and that hurts a ton. No monsters on their side of the field, so they will be able to summon Guard Dragon Justitia with Primite Howl. Interesting, interesting. And this is a 0 attack monster as well, so you can pretty much take control of everything your opponent has with Howl. So the hand is stacked. 7 cards in the hand. We know that they got Laundry in the hand. We know... What else do we know? Normal summon Laundry. This is why I'm questioning why they milled Laundry and even normal summon Parla before. Their mills are quite bad, to be frank. Downtime you don't want to have in graveyard. Parla, second Parla, and double hooking in the graveyard. It's not it as well. Special spec the Natyal. Natyal will be able to, for example, get rid of the electric jellyfish, or you get rid of the Volcasaurus. Choice is yours. You probably have to get rid of the Volcasaurus eventually. Electric Jellyfish is annoying as well, because it's a monster negate if they get an Umi on field. It's a special summon from the hand every turn. But Volcasaurus is more annoying. Gets rid of the Volcasaurus. Nice, nice, nice. Special spec the Laundry. Natyal effect targets... Ooh, their own Jar Jar, that's interesting, yeah. Targets their own Jar Jar. They have multiple lines here they could do. Right, go for a rank 2, go for a Pit Knight early. Just sit on this, because you can do Laundry effect if their opponent goes battle phase. And you got Howl in the graveyard. Howl in graveyard and Justitia on field. Wow. Jellyfish effect. Sends another Umi from deck to graveyard. For another Infernal Queen Salmon. And Infernal Queen Salmon is again gonna summon the Terror King Salmon, most likely. Summons Terror King Salmon. That's scary. That's very scary. Gradle Impact is gonna hit the field. Crazy card in time. Not in time, but for resources. Just grabs you a Gradle card every single end phase. And you can target another Gradle card and a card your opponent controls. Destroy them. Wow. Mermaid Shark might be the nail in the coffin for SC43. It's gonna add another Infernal Queen Salmon. This is not a great add, but it might show that their hand is good enough and they don't need anything good that they add from the deck to the hand. They are linking off the Mermaid Shark and the Electric Jellyfish for a copy of Pit Knight early. Okay. Laundry effect. Laundry is gonna bounce itself to special summon back the Natyal from the graveyard. This will also allow them to special summon back the Laundry from the hand. Now they want to run over the Justicia. SC43 chooses not to use Howl. I mean, there was no reason for them to use the Howl as well. Laundry effect, let's check their mills. 2 Cutter Sharks and another Howl. They finally have a Cutter Shark in graveyard as well. But, I'll be honest, what does it do for them? Like, they kind of want an empty board to do the left hand right hand shark thing. They don't really have a use for this. Like, are they gonna add back Justitia? Are they gonna add back Laundry when they still have a Laundry in hand? Like, there's nothing really good you can add with this. So, wow, Firestorms over Atlantis. A very, very new addition to this deck. You can either discard a water monster to target a face of monster your opponent controls, or destroy a fire monster in the hand to draw one. Both effects are decent for fire and for water decks respectively. Gets rid of the Mother Grizzly so that it cannot float into a monster from the deck. Good choice. Good choice. Then Natyal effect. What's the best target here? Shuffles back a laundry. Okay. We will be spectating VAM's Game 1. If it's still ongoing. If it's still ongoing, we will be spectating VAM's Game 1. After this. Okay, ST43 has gotten a Cobra. Cobra is nice, because it can crash into an opponent's monster, then it will target a monster that the opponent controls and equip itself to it and take control of it. This is gonna be the Infernal Queen Salmon. No? Is it not? The Terror King Salmon? Okay, I guess Infernal Queen floats as well into the tokens. But why wouldn't you have gotten rid of the Infernal Queen first, so that your opponent gets less tokens? Like, the line would have been swing over the Infernal Queen, then Cobra. Yeah, then Cobra effect take the Terror King, yeah. As I mentioned earlier, Power Code is a card you can summon with non-effect monsters. So right now a Power Code would be awesome here. Because you can just use those 3 tokens. Oh no, so many monsters say they need 2+ effect monsters. Power Code just straight up says 3 monsters. He doesn't care. He got your back. We will be spectating VAM's Game 1, even if it's not ongoing. We will just look it up in the replays. Okay. Gradle Intact showing why it's one of the best cards in the format. Getting rid of the Cobra, this will pop the monster the Cobra was equipped to. Normal summons Infernal Queen Salmon, Infernal Queen Salmon effect. This is gonna special summon back the Terror King. This is why they got rid of the Cobra, to get the Terror King back into the graveyard. This is a great situation to be in for Squilf. To a Berserker of the Tenny. This is the It's Game music. Laundry effect. It's gonna bounce itself to special summon back in Natyal. This would still be game if they just swing over the Natyal, then attack with both the King and the Queen. But they have Tinkek! No! Tinkek is gonna boost the Natyal! Holy smokes! Wow. Ooh, the mill was okay. 2 Palios and a Cutter Shark. Yeah. It was okay. It wasn't great. I'm noticing that they got 12 cards left in their deck. It's not getting dangerously close yet. But don't summon too many more laundries and use their effects. Like, what? Why would they shuffle back Cobra? If Cobra is like the only great ad you got with Cutter Shark. I don't know. Normal summons Parla. Tin Kek. Gonna bounce the laundry. And we're gonna see a reverse sweep. Last turn on the verge of destruction, and now maybe coming back and swinging the tide in their favor. Natyal and Tikek on field. Sea Stealth attack is, yeah, probably gonna banish the Infernal Queen Salmon. This will make SC43 use their Oleonoidus. What? Okay. Downtime is gonna bounce the T-Keg. Okay, interesting. Then you got the T-Keg hand trap effect. And you get the Paleo. Then you can force the Infernal Queen Salmon. Attack into the Infernal Queen Salmon first, so that the opponent gets the least amount of tokens. Three tokens, but we can get rid of one of them. Okay. I would really love for them to go into a Power Code Talker. Because like if they make a Power Code Talker here. No, the opponent still has Howl in the graveyard. This makes it interesting. So like if they go Power Code Talker here, was what I wanted to say. Then they can maybe swing into the Oleonoidus and have game, but SC43 still has Howl. Howl allows them to take control of the Power Code Talker. That's bad! That's bad. Oh no, and the zone management means that... Oh no, never mind. Power Code Talker will definitely go back into a zone where it can tribute a monster to gain attack, so that's not the problem. The only problem would be if the Power Code Talker returns to this zone, and we have to tribute off the token, because then SC423 can just run over the token first, then swing over the Power Code Talker, and maybe go for game. Aqua Actress Tetra is being normal summoned. Interesting that they keep the normal summon for so long. It's gonna add a set. Set is nice, because you can't just control one set, like you can control like 3 sets in a stage, and then every water monster you control gains like 900 attack and defense, and it can't be destroyed by battle. Really, really cool. They go for the Space Insulator. Space Insulator being summoned in front of the Oleonoidus. Oleonoidus being unaffected by the Space Insulator, so it doesn't do much. High rate draw. It's gonna target the Power Code Talker. Then they're gonna chain the Cutter Shark, tribute of the Power Code Talker, special summon the Cutter Shark. Cutter Shark effect, and did they shuffle back the Cobra again, or do they have a Cobra in graveyard? They shuffled back the Cobra again, like they... What's gonna be their ad from the graveyard? If not, Cradle Cobra. Laundry effect is gonna bounce itself, special summon a Natyal from the hand. Now we can just run over the Oleonoidus, I guess, with the Terror King Salmon, but that's about it. Ah, hi Isa Yu-Gi-Oh! Wow! Thanks for checking out the stream. Ooh. We are passing on this. The thing is, both of these decks got a decent grind game, but none of these decks have a clear line of winning. Like they don't just have like, I'm gonna build this board and then I'm gonna push for game. No, they just like do their grind every single turn. They try to build like a hard to break board, but it doesn't really. Nice fish gameplay indeed. Yeah. This is a format where fishes are very good in this format, and I don't know, we might see a deck out if it goes on like this. There's 9 cards left in the deck. I hope it doesn't come to a deck out. Shiranui Squire Sagas being summoned. Squire Saga being summoned with Justitia and Cutter Shark. That's pretty fun. Squire Saga is pretty much the only usable synchro monster in this format. Squire Saga banish itself. This will be able to non-target destroy a spell trap on the field and non-target destroy a monster on the field. Very nice effect. Pops the Gradle Impact and the Terror King Salmon. Natyal effect. Shuffles back. It's not really anything they would want to shuffle back. Dumb question, but why did they summon back the Natyal? Now they had a clear field, they could have done the left hand, right hand shark thing. Like, you could have done right hand shark special summon itself, and then left hand shark special summon itself, left hand shark become a level 4, make a malevolent spider, and then attack into your opponent. Like, that would have probably been the line. Because they got access to Natyal anyway. Second aquarium stage. This achieves nothing, because they already have one. Like, it's not as if these would stack. Downtime. Okay, probably bounces the set. Yeah, bounces the set. As expected. Morella is gonna send a trap from the deck to the graveyard. They're gonna chain the Morella in graveyard to special summon back the Morella. They have to go for some kind of push here. Sends another Morella from the deck to the grave. Okay. Valid. Normal summons right hand shark. Special summons left hand shark. And now they make the spider. Okay. A little late, but that's something. Targets the set monster. We don't have a Cutter Shark in the graveyard. So this means that the Malevolent Sin and the Morella attack are gonna go through. Wow. Yeah, I think Squilf got out-grinded here. Natyal is gonna target. Good question. Maybe shuffle back like the Terror King Salmon might be nice to like give your opponent a bad top deck or something, but doesn't really matter at this point. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oleonoidus target the set. Chains a Morella in the graveyard. Ooh, the set was a C stealth attack. So they would have finally been able to activate an Umi from the graveyard with that. That's a shame. 2 Morellas in field. This smells like a Phantom Knights rank 2 that they wanna summon. Normals, again a right hand shark, left hand shark. What is this play? Like, this was a Dragon Maid deck, but over the last 2 turns this was just left hand, right hand shark control. They got 2 Malevolent Sins, both of these are soft once per turn. Malevolent Sin is gonna banish each one of those sets monsters. Then they're gonna move to the battle phase, and yeah, that's game. GG's. I don't see any way for Squilf out of this. Nah, they have Infinite Antlion! Holy smokes! They got the one-off. They got the one-off. I guess it's been 18 turns, so they had that time to draw into it, but... Okay. Why would you destroy the ant? Huh? Huh? Like, Antlion destroys a card you control and a card your opponent controls. They could have just destroyed the Aquarium stage, where they had 2 of anyway, and a card that your opponent controls, and then trigger Aquarium stage, just graveyard effect as well, to get a summon from the graveyard. I hope that didn't cost them the game. Okay, we're gonna check out VAM's game 1 that they played versus Bidorf. Let's play it from Lavender Lab's perspective, because we got that recommended to spectate, and we gladly fulfill all of our recommendations that we get. Okay, let's check out VAM's POV. Ooh, this hand is interesting. So they have Grand Knight, but don't mill a water monster. Natyal in graveyard is cool. Soul Scissors and Howl, also 2 graveyard effects. That's pretty nice. The opponent's hand is kind of bricky. Double Spiritual Forest. Cordyceps is horrible. I always hated this card. Like, just read this effect. During your standby phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 2 level 4 lower Predator Plant monsters in your graveyard, special summon them. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters except fusion monsters, nor normal summon or set any monsters. This thing is like... This locks you out of your normal summon. This locks you out of all of your special summons except fusion summons. It's really garbage. But this is the Master Duel N Format, so even garbage is playable in here. They do double Spiritual Forest, not a misplay. Some people like to just activate one of them. But this is nice in case one of the 2 gets popped. They got Drosphilium Hydra in hand. This is nice. And they got the Bank in hand as well. Cordyceps can't be destroyed. And VAM got decent graveyard setup. Oh, but they are only drawing cards that they want in graveyard. Like, Mystery Hand, you would love to have in graveyard for the Grand Knight. Terrifying Toddler, you would love to mill as well. Bidorf set another Cordyceps, and VAM couldn't swing over it. Ooh, they drew into a Rose Girl. Rose Girl is really nice, because it's a resource loop that you can kind of get going with it. Like, you can add it from the graveyard back to your hand every time. You can special summon it from your hand if a plant is destroyed. It's really cool. And they also top decked in Erica. Erica is the plant hand trap that they got. If an attack is involved, involving another plant monster you control, you can discard it or tribute it from the hand, and then your plant monster gains 1000 attack and defense. They go into a Selene Snapper. Selene Snapper is nice in this deck because it requires insect, plants, and or reptile monsters, and it's spell trap removal, and it can summon itself back. It's really good. Like, this format needs spell trap removal, and Selene Snapper gladly delivered. Okay, they popped the back row, doesn't do much in this situation. Got rid of a terrifying Toddler of Torment, as well as another terrifying Toddler of Torment that was summoned. Souls this effect because the Toddler was destroyed. It's gonna get rid of the Selene Snapper. Cutter Shark will add back the Natya. Natya is gonna come in handy because of the Dross Film's graveyard effect, so we can get rid of this. Oh, it shuffled back the Selene Snapper. Interesting. Okay, we're going for a rank 2. Phantom Knights of Cursed Javelin. The best rank 2 in this format by far. It can just detach the material, then target a face on monster your opponent controls, negate its effects, and change its attack to 0. This is basically Pit Knight early, and you can play the Phantom Knight trap monsters as well to make this a quick effect. It's really, really cool. Okay, reduces the attack of the bank, specials the Grand Knight. It's gonna swing for 16, swing for 29. They could have used the Erika earlier, I guess, to take 1000 less damage. Let's hope that this doesn't cost them. Predaplan tokens on all the monsters, but they got rid of all the Predaplan token monsters linked into a Selene Snapper with 2 Hagukemino. Hagukemino allows you to generically access the Selene Snapper because it needs insect, plants, or reptiles, and Hagukemino only needs 2 monsters with different names. So, like 4 monsters with different names make 2 Hagukemino, and then you can make a Selene Snapper because this doesn't need different names on the insect, plants, or reptile monsters as well. It's a high investment, but kind of not, because Selene Snapper is very, very good. Banishes 2, gets rid of the 2 Spiritual Forests, and then Umbrella's gonna shuffle back a banished monster that you banish with the Selene Snapper. That's nice. Oleonoidus being set, but they can just pop the Oleonoidus. Rose Girl doesn't do much anyway. And then swinging for 15, so Bidoof is on a 2-turn clock now. And that's game. Yeah. Well played indeed. Okay, then let's spectate some ongoing match. Let's spectate Master from the beginning. Because their Salamangreat deck was very interesting, to say the least. I really, really like Salamangreat in this format. It's very, very fun to play. It's very, very fun to play against it. Because it doesn't feel unfair. But it's still very, very good at everything. Like it can OTK, it got a really, really good grind game. It can like combo. It's very, very fun. Screech effect. Screech is what? Screech is gonna send 2 Cutter Sharks instead of left-hand shark, right-hand shark. Okay, okay. That's certainly a choice. Morella's gonna dump high rate draw. Yeah, that's not bad. What? Guard Dragon Core Awakening. You can send an effect monster from your hand to the graveyard. Special summon 1 level 4 or lower dragon normal monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard in defense position. They sent Grand Knight. Oh, they sent Grand Knight of the Red Lotus to the graveyard because they can summon back the Grand Knight. Oh, that's cool. Wow. That's fun. That's fun. But it did just get popped with an Oleonoidus, so there's that. Core Awakening, it's interesting, because like you can send the Grand Knight from your hand to the graveyard to special summon a normal monster from your deck, and then you can like get the normal monster into the graveyard, and then you can special summon back the Grand Knight by shuffling back the normal monster. It's fun, it's fun. I'll give them that. They had an idea and they went with it. Foxy is pretty good in this format. Like you can, if this card is in your graveyard and Face of Spell Trap is on the field, you can special summon this thing, and that's like a gift. There's a ton of good continuous spell traps in this format as well, and Salamangreat Gift is pretty nice, and it's a Face of Spell Trap, so Foxy and Gift. That's yeah, you got a nice resource loop going. Ooh, they get a Falco in the graveyard as well. Falco effect is gonna reset the revive. Make a Space Insulator, go into a Shooting Code Talker, and Morella is gonna dump a Howl. Howl effect, bench itself, target the Morella, and non-target take control of Shooting Code Talker. Yeah. Well played. They go Battle Phase, and they swing over the Morella. Or at least they try to, because now... Never mind. I was about to say, well, there's Cutter Shark that can still summon itself from the graveyard. Morella being unaffected moment. High rate draw, target the Shooting Code Talker. Yep. And now we do the Cutter Shark. Cutter Shark effect on summon. Oh, this is so cool! Okay, they were able to normal summon Infernal Queen Salmon. We've seen this already. Infernal Queen Salmon is gonna special summon Terror King Salmon. They want to go for damage here. And they don't want to play into any weird interruption. Ooh, they go for Code Hack. This is very, very interesting. Yep. We're able to protect once. What's in the graveyard? So they got Mole and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names in graveyard. Not worth using the Mole though right now, because like they got Falco, they got Revive where they could still summon something back. They got Foxy that they can special summon back because there's a face-up spell trap on the field. They got plays. They got plays. They definitely do have plays. Morella's gonna send another Howl. And with the Morella on field and the 0 attack Terror King Salmon, that's nice. They go for a Defender of the Labyrinth. Ooh, interesting. Do they have a non-effect monster in their graveyard? Oh yeah, they do. True, they got the Terror King, obviously. So Defender of the Labyrinth kind of acts like a bad Charmer here, where when it gets destroyed by battle you can add something back. Like it special summons back a normal monster from the graveyard. That's something. That's something. Someone Great Revive is most likely gonna revive the Falco, I wanted to say. Wolvie... yeah. What? Why do you go for the Foxy and not the Falco? Ah. They get another Falco in hand, that explains it. That explains it, because they can trigger Falco anyway, because this just says if this card is sent to the graveyard. Not if it's sent to the graveyard from the hand or from the field. You can just trigger it whenever. And they were able to reset the revive anyway. Okay. I feel like this is the point where it becomes clear that the Salamangreat player is winning. Because like, 2D battery, they got one card in hand. They, like, sure, they got the Infernal Queen Salmon that still get a great on destruction effect with like the 5 tokens you can summon to your side of the field, and the defender reduces the opponent's attack, but it's not crazy. We saw some interesting tags as well. Soul Release. Yes, this is an N format card. We also have crazy side deck cards. Okay, Salamon Great Gift, again discarding one, drawing one. Very cool effect, but I just realized it is indeed time in the round. It is time in the round, guys. Time in the round. Okay. Time in the round at tournament ping. So I'm very sorry, but Master has lost this one, because they are 200 life points lower. We will stay in here, just so that we can check how they are doing. Because sometimes there are people that like to argue. Oh, Ceres 1-2-0 versus Blue to you. That's wild. Okay. 2 linked avatar. Okay, time has been called for some time already. Okay, then we will check. Voila. I didn't add the person that I wanted to add. Okay. Then next round's matchups are out. I'm gonna write them down. And I'll have to quickly do some other things. It's always a pain in the butt when somebody drops mid-tournament, I'll be honest. Then I have to mid-round adjust things, but that's fine, that's fine. We don't want to keep people playing that don't want to play anymore. I don't want to force anybody to play in this tournament. There will always be people that drop after they realize that they cannot win the tournament anymore. That's happening in every single tournament on that's being hosted anywhere, so That's really not a problem. Okay, I am currently posting the matchups for the next round are out. Matchups for the next round are Alpha Ceres versus SC43. Squilf got a buy round. Squilf. Okay. Squilf has got a buy. They're on the table. They don't need to be on the table as they get a buy round. And we will get ready to reset the timer. 2 tables are already full, so yeah, you can already start because there's only 3 tables that will play right now. Yeah. Best of luck and have fun. Okay, we are spectating Blue to You versus Bidov from the beginning. Okay, set and pass for Blue to You, but that's not uncommon for Unchained, because they got a ton of back row and they don't mind being swung into. So Bidov is gonna activate Spiritual Forest. It's nice, but it doesn't do much, as Unchained will not swing over many of their monsters anyway. Activate Awakening of the Nephthys. This is interesting that they main deck it. I thought this would be a side deck card for sure. Very, very interesting. Normal summon Rakea. This is nice because now we can pop the Awakening if we wanted to. Or we could pop our own set. They try to check what the face down is. Maybe they don't know what deck Bidov is on yet. And it's a Terra Petess. This is interesting because it can change the levels and can place a Predaplant counter if it inflicts battle damage. Nice, nice, nice. So they kinda have to get rid of... the Rakea. They don't. So now Bidov can use the Patera to steal the Rakea. Okay, okay. They activate Predator Planet. Predator Planet is really cool because this says if a monster with a Predator counter leaves the field while this card is face up on the field, add a Predator card from your deck to the hand. So now if the Rakea leaves the field, they can get a search. And they tribute off the Rakea, not even giving them a chance to activate the Rakea and target the Awakening to destroy it. They special summon banks from the hand by tributing off the Rakea. This is the best play here, because they could have used the Patera, but then Patera would have just like targeted the Rakea and they would have used Rakea target itself. But, so it wouldn't have done anything, and now they can special summon the bank from the hand. Get an ad from the deck, grab themselves the Spino. They know that their opponent is going to play a monster that's lower than 1800. Spino is therefore going to be able to special summon a Predator monster from the deck. They will use the Howling Insect to float into a copy of Retaliating Sea. If Retaliating Sea would be destroyed by battle or card effect, it would be able to search an Infinite Antline. And then Infinite Antline would be able to special summon itself and equip Retaliating Sea from the graveyard to itself. Yeah, that's nice. But now they can use Flytrap, place a... place a pred-up counter on the retaliating C. Then I can take control of it until the end phase. I don't know what this accomplishes here, because if this card is sent from the field to the grave, yeah, it just triggers when being sent from the field to the grave. So they can't link it off here. They can't like XC summon with it, because there's no rank 1 they can summon, and the levels don't match up anyway. And they are in main phase 2 as well, so there's no use to take control of this, because they could have just attacked into it anyway. I don't know. Oh, your draws failed you. That's a shame. That's a shame. I'll check if you still got a shot to win. Yeah, I believe you still got a shot to win, but it is best to say that after this round has finished, because before that I cannot really do any predictions. Okay. They now are able to get the Sacred Phoenix on their side of the field. Sacred Phoenix will be destroyed in the end phase. Sarama was a nice normal summon. I have to admit that. Sarama being able to set back the Rakea, pop the Awakening, and now they had the summon of Sacred Phoenix from the from the deck. Sacred Phoenix will be destroyed in the end phase, so it's gonna be special summoned during B-Dov's standby phase, and then it will be able to get rid of the Predator Planet and the Spiritual Forest. There's not really anything they could do here, like they can attack into a monster to do some battle damage maybe. This was not it. Like Sacred Phoenix into the Predator Plant, Scorpion might have been it. They don't want to, like, in normal Unchained you would probably like crash the Sarama and then get a special summon from the deck. But here you have to check how many Unchains you still got in the deck. So it's not that easy. Oh no. During your next standby phase after this card was destroyed by a card effect. Oh, holy smokes. So this means that they can use the Patera here. Oh, interesting. Infinite Antline was already in hand! We got Bay... Nah, never mind, we searched it. Infinite Antline effect. This is gonna equip Retaliating C, because then we get a search. Yeah, we just swing over the Rakea, get the special summon from the deck. And then we don't even care about the Antline, I'll be honest. Rakea. Oh yeah, Rakea. Specials Aruha. Because now if they swing over the Aruha... Why don't they swing over the Aruha? Yeah. Bank's not attacking. It's interesting. Make a Berserker of the Tenny. Patera is going to take control of the Infinite Antline. Oh, that's such an interesting matchup. Because Patera can just take control of everything the Unchained player has. Oh, Link 3? Makes a Selene Snapper. Because the Antline is an insect. Selene Snapper is really cool in any like dedicated insect, plant or reptile deck, because it can just special summon stuff from the graveyard every single turn. It's really nice. Rose Shaman effect. It's cool. It's not bad, but just like if you just got the Rose Shaman, it's not good. But if you top deck this late into the game, that's kind of nice. Banishes the Midnight early because they linked this off anyway and can't use it really. Pops the Wild Tornado. Da-da! Wild Tornado effect is gonna get rid of the Berserker. Interesting. Interesting. What I find very interesting as well, I'm saying interesting quite often, is that they got rid of both their Pteras. Because Ptera, I feel like it's a crazy card in this matchup. I guess they can just do Rose Shaman next turn and get themselves a Ptera again. Interesting, interesting. Ah, linked it off by accident. Happens. Yep, Sacred Phoenix running over the Spino. That's good. Because the Spino had already summoned like 3 monsters from the deck at this point. Howling Insect crashing into the banks to special summon from the deck. They are Cocoon Dancer! No! No way! Oh, the cope is real! And then they go for Antlion. No! Oh! Oh! Oh, come on, man. Like, I know Antlion is good, but it's not that good. Oh. Cocoon Dancer for Antlion. You must be kidding me. Oh. This is not happening. Okay. Do they do a Selene Snapper here again? What we haven't seen yet is like the Sacred Phoenix of Neptus coming back every single standby phase of Blue to You. Like Rakea, pop Sacred Phoenix, then Sacred Phoenix come back in the next standby. Haven't seen that yet. This is cool because they're linked into a Pit Knight early, so Pit Knight early will be able to negate and reduce the attack of one of the opponent's monsters, and they can use the Selene Snapper. Summons a Banks from the hand by tributing off the Sacred Phoenix. That's interesting. Ghost Shaman's gonna banish itself to add a plant from the graveyard to the hand. Yeah, this is either gonna be the Banks, the Ptera, or the Spino. These were like the only choices that made sense. Now, Selene effect. Selene is gonna banish 2, or banish 1. Banish 1 to only pop the Retaliating Sea. Interesting. Escape effect. Felt threatened, so they thought they had to use the escape. Escape is gonna pop the Aruha as well as the Banks. What? Rose Archer! What the hell? Rose Archer actually being played. Holy smokes, when your opponent activates a trap card while you control a plant monster, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Wow. Okay. Retaliating Sea getting another Surge, getting another Howling Insect from the deck. But I feel like Blue to You has probably only normal summons in the hand. Banks being special summoned by tributing off another monster. They keep the Antlion on field. Interesting. I would have assumed like they just swing over the Sacred Phoenix of Neptus, because like the Ragnariko Selene Snapper is bigger than the Neptus. Like surely the Antlion is giving you more problems now than the Neptus. Also again, when effect. When a monster effect. When a monster this card points to activates its effect. So Blue to You used all their knowledge to prevent the Pit Knight early from being activated. Yet. There are other ways they could like do this right now. But we'll see. We will see. The Antlion on board is definitely a problem. I might be missing something, but Geonator Transverser here. Ooh boy. That's fun. Geonator Transverser is gonna take control of the Antlion and give the Banks to the opponent instead. Antlion's gonna change itself to attack position, and it will be able to, for example, pop the Pit Knight early, as well as the Cocoon Dancer, probably. Yeah, Cocoon Dancer. Yup. This Pit Knight early is just gonna summon itself back. And Antlion is still kind of hard to... It's not hard to out, but it definitely forces out some cards from Blue to You. So they got 4 cards in hand. I think we know 2 of them are normal summons. Goes to main 1. Let's see. I am so curious what that is. Like Cocoon Dancer in the main deck. What? This normal summon Sarama. That's a normal summon and a half. It's a very, very, very good normal summon. Though, what does it achieve here? Do they have anything in hand they can set so that they can like get an escape, pop a chamber that they set or something? Okay, they set one. Sarama effect. Probably target escape. Target escape. Sets escape. Pops the Sentinel. But we do have already one thought ahead, placing his cards in the same column as the Banks. Gets rid of the Geonator Transverser. Sarama is trying to run to the Antlion. Antlion effect. It's gonna pop the Pit Knight early as well as the escape, probably. Escape effect. Yep. Nice. So they forced out the escape. That's a very good position that Vidov is in, if I'm not missing anything. Because like surely they got some cool predator plant monster in their hand that they can use. Like they got like a Spino in their hand, Patera in their hand, anything to revive any of these ones in their hand. Let's see. Oh, Sentinel comes back, but Bidorf knew about it and played around it by summoning their stuff in a zone where there was no monster zone empty in blue 2 use main monster zone in the same column. Normal's Flytrap. Flytrap effect targets the banks. An early effect reduces the Sentinel. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So they can now Flytrap, attack into the banks. Start off damage step, destroy the banks. Then banks, when being sent to the graveyard, can place Pred-up counters on all of the Unchained monsters, making them unviable for any like Jar Jar Xyz materials. That's cool. So what is blue to you gonna do? They got how many Unchained still in the deck? They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the deck, so they still got at least 7. Not at least 7. They got a maximum of 7 Unchaineds left in the deck. It's so goofy, Flytrap. Just at the start of the damage step, if you don't attack this with like a level 9 or higher monster, it just pops the opponent's monster. 2-0 is very good vamp. Start of the damage step. Destroy the opponent's monster. And can place counters. It's such a cool card. Very good. Oh no, Exod! Yes! Exodius! The ultimate Forbidden Lord! Perfect! The one-off! Okay. Oh god, I love Exodius. He's so cool! Like in pile decks as well, or in like Hydrolander decks. I just love this thing. And now it's another Howling Insect. Goes and swings with Pit Knight early over the Flytrap, because Pit Knight early doesn't have a level, they can't boost the Flytrap effect. And Howling Insect into the Pit Knight early to get a special summon from the deck. Special summon from the deck is definitely gonna be, you know him, you love him, Retaliating Sea? Okay, Retaliating Sea effect. There it is. Okay, Antlion in hand. And again popping the escape. Whoa! Blue just is not allowed to use the escape effect. Bidorf is really taking the escapes out of rotation. That's fun. I love that they are playing Exodius, the ultimate Forbidden Lord. Such a cool card. Predaplast reveals the rest of the hand. Ooh, Cordyceps. That's not a great card to have in the hand. It's really not. Sets the Cordyceps. And passes. Yeah. I don't know, I'm currently thinking about if swinging into the Serama would have been the play, but probably not. Maybe? Now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know. So this is interesting. Blue to you might very well have game here. Sets escape. Pops a Ruha. Gets a Rakea. Then gets another Serama. Okay, okay. Interesting. I thought for sure they get like a Rakea effect, pop the Serama. But Normals the infinite antline that we knew about, but they searched with the retaliating sea last turn. Equips retaliating sea to itself. And I believe that might be game, if I'm not missing anything. Yeah, this is definitely... now it's definitely game. Now that's more than game. Yeah, GG's. Okay, then let's spectate. How much time is on the clock? There is 19 minutes left on the clock. It's quite much time. Master is dropping. Forfeit for them. Okay. And we're gonna spectate SC43 versus Sebes. Okay, currently first place currently is Bido, second place is Vam, and third place is Ceres, by the way, just as a mid-tournament standings. Okay. Fluffle. Okay. Fluffle Bear getting Toy Vendor. This is an interesting engine in Infernoids if you want to play it. Or in Phantom Knights, I guess, because it gets your stuff into the graveyard and draws you deeper into the deck. Is this Infernoids? Because like they sent Void Breach? I am so confused. There's Phantom Knight monsters, Fluffles, Tennies, Infernoids, Laundry Dragon Maid. What's happening? Yeah. Okay. Makes it Jar Jar. Jar Jar effect, target itself. Jar Jar goes battle phase gets rid of the Cutter Shark. Yeah. Be gone. And Ronji wasn't able to float as well. Now they're gonna special summon Right Hand Shark because they control no monsters. Normal summon Right Hand Shark add Left Hand Shark. Firestorm over Atlantis. Discards a water monster to the graveyard. Discards obviously the Left Hand Shark. so that they can special summon Left Hand Shark afterwards. They target the Jar Jar to get rid of the Jar Jar that couldn't be destroyed by battle before. Special summons back the Left Hand Shark. Left Hand Shark becomes a level 4 monster. Then makes a Malevolent Sin. Malevolent Sin banishes the face down. Stays banished and face down. Runs over the Pit Knight early, gains attack and swings with Right Hand Shark directly. Then links off both of them? Why? Why? You just made a you made a Malevolent Sin that like cannot be destroyed by battle and cannot be destroyed by card effects that still had a material. Like even if your opponent is able to do Pit Knight early, reduce Malevolent Sin to 0 attack. Okay. So what? Like, what is this gonna accomplish that, like, wouldn't you want to have a Malevolent Sin and the Right Hand Shark on field instead? Double hooking, okay, okay. It's gonna get popped though. So it's definitely not gonna do much. And the Phantom Knights of Tomb Shield. This is such a cool effect as well. During your turn, only during your turn, except the turn this was sent to the graveyard, you can banish it and then negate a face-up trap your opponent controls. Prevents the double hooking. Not even any on-summon effects that are gonna happen. And they... What? What's happening? They don't even swing over the Pit Knight early? Like, okay, the Petrulia cannot attack. But why not just swing with early over the early? I guess that this makes it kind of harder to activate the early here. Normal summons Pala, dump T-Kick. Pala effect, start of battle phase, bounce itself, special summon T-Kick, swing over the Infernoid monster, then crash both Pit Knights, and end of battle phase, special summon back the Pala. Yeah, that's something, Okay, very interesting Infernoid deck. Like, it's actually Infernoids, but there's so many other things smooched into this. I don't know if that's the right word, but pushed into this deck. Pala's gonna activate, special summon T-Kick. This will trigger the early. Early is gonna negate early. So early cannot run over anything or crash the early. And they get another dump with the T-Kick. T-Kick is again at the start of the battle phase, gonna bounce itself. Special summon the... Pala's gonna bounce itself, special summon T-Kick. This will allow the Pit Knight early to negate and reduce attack again. Then they use Soul Scissors to pop the Pit Knight early. Pit Knight early is just gonna come back in the end phase though. Oh, Toywinder was able to discard a Smashing Ground. This means that our Manticore of Smashing is alive now. We'll be able to banish 2 to special summon Zeist-Semas from the graveyard. Zeist-Semas has a very, very good effect. At the end of the battle phase, as this card attack an opponent's monster, you can non-target banish a card on the field. They also use the Manticore of Smashing effect. Now banish the Smashing Ground from the graveyard. Special summon back the Manticore of Smashing. Manticore of Smashing effect. They add a Fissure, but I believe like Fissure is not playable because it's a rare card. Or a Smashing Ground from the deck to the hand. They will add a Smashing Ground. Then they activate Smashing Ground. Smashing Ground is able to get rid of the monster that has the highest def. They activate T-Kick for some reason. Ah, because they targeted their own Pala, but now they special summon Cutter Shark, and I think they missed the window where they are able to activate Cutter Shark. Because now what's gonna happen is special summon Cutter Shark, it's immediately destroyed. And they cannot trigger the Cutter Shark. They now go into a copy of Berserk of the Tenny. Go into the battle phase. Swing into the Pit Knight early. Attempt to swing directly, but they activate Primite Howl and then they chain in response. Sarah's changed its response. Phantom Knights of Tomb Shield. This is crazy because even this prevents not just the Primate Howl special summon from the deck. This also prevents the when effect of Paleozoic Morella, so they cannot special summon Morella from the graveyard. Howl is negated, they swing directly for 3,000, swing directly for 2,300, then they do a slight misplay, they on accident activate the Zeiste Mass effect. This is tricky. Master Duel sometimes, like there's a little thing with a clock that you gotta click on if you want to do the banish effect, and there's another effect that you can do. They banish the Pit Knight early so that Pit Knight early doesn't come back in the end phase. What? Both players are on 1,000 life points or lower. No, because the field is empty. Specials back right hand shark. Left hand shark from the hand. Pauses the game and loses. Couldn't you still have played here? Like, you got left hand shark, right hand shark. Surely you got something. You could probably just summon a Malevolence in a defense position, I'll be honest. Like, what is your opponent gonna do? It can't be destroyed by battle, it can't be destroyed by card effects. Oh yeah, they're just gonna swing into it with the Zeiste Mass, then Zeiste Mass of the end of the battle phase, banish it. Yeah, it would have delayed the inevitable loss though, by like at least a turn. But they too saw the writing on the wall. So Saris wins this one in convincing fashion. Even though the Infernoid deck is 10% Infernoid, 10% like Fluffle, 10% Tenny, where we like haven't seen any cards actually being used, and 70% Dragon Maids. Let's check out Blue to You maybe. Okay, Squilf is dropping as well. The people are dropping like flies around here. This is crazy. We got, how many people do we have left in the tournament? We do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people left in the tournament. It's wild. Yeah, let's go for another Bido versus Blue to You. Set and pass. But that's to be expected. Set and pass from the side of Bidov is not something he wants to see. Because he got a ton of cards that actually want to attack. Flips Rose Girl. This is pretty much just being done to give your opponent a monster with a Pred-Up counter. Now they flip Pred-Up Planet. This will be able to get a search every single time a monster with a Pred-Up counter is sent from the field to the graveyard. So they tribute off their opponent's monster that would have been able to special summon something from the deck if it's destroyed by battle. For a Banks, then they activate Wild Tornado to prevent the Pred-Up Planet search. Well played from Blue to You. They flip Aruha crash into the Banks, summon a copy of Rakea, normal summons Rama is gonna set the Aruha, pop the Wild Tornado is gonna pop the Banks. Banks effect is gonna put counters on everything on the field, and Pred-Up Planet. Oh no. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but why didn't they use both Pred-Up Planets in the first turn? I guess they could have only used the effect once per turn anyway. Ooh, Pred-Up Pruning. This is a really cool card. Straight up just an equip spell to summon something back from the graveyard. This is really wild. Fiend Grieving is gonna shuffle back the target though, so it's not gonna do much. But again, Rose Archer. Holy smokes! Rose Archer is coming in clutch today. Negates the Fiend Grieving, which would have been able to send a Soul Scissors from the deck to the graveyard and shuffle back the Banks. Would have been quite bad. Then they declare an attack on the Sarama, but Wax is being summoned. Predator Planet will give them a surge. This means that they can get rid of the Wax pretty much ASAP. Sarama will special summon an Arua from the deck, and they search. The best Predator monster, pretty much. Or one of the best. Drosophilum Hydra. Main phase 2, everything is negated that was on the field at the end of the battle phase. But they're able to special summon the Drosophil by tributing off the Rakea. Blue draws for turn, goes for Shinobi Insect Hagukemino. Interesting positioning, but they link it off anyway. Make a Selene Snapper with the Hagukemino as well as a Retaliating Sea. This means that Retaliating Sea is gonna grab, you know him, you love him, Infinite Antlion. And then they will use Selene Snapper effect. Banish 2 from the graveyard to pop both the Predator Planet as well as the Wall of Disruption. Flip the Aruha to face-up attack position, swing over the Rose Girl, swing over the Dross Fill, but they are able to protect with Predator Blast, and then they're gonna pass turn. Bidoof now knows that the Infinite Antlion is in hand, and they can't really do much. They will use Rose Girl effect. This is really cool in the grind, because you can always add this back to the hand. Force out the Antlion, attack into the Aruha, Antlion effect, equip itself with the Retaliating Sea. Swing over the Aruha, Aruha effect, special summon back a Sarama. The Sarama we really want to get rid of, so the best course of action right now is to somehow get a counter on like the Antlion or the Sarama and get rid of those. We also don't like that the Selene Snapper is still on field, because Selene Snapper can just pop the Predator Pruning and then the Banks is destroyed. And going for game is not unrealistic for blue to you, because they can like swing with the Snapper, swing with the Sarama, swing with the Antlion, pop the Sarama, get another summon from the deck. It's not too bad what they can do here. Rose Girl is being normal summoned, links of all three. For a copy of Selene Snapper themselves, Banks is gonna activate, placing a counter on every single opponent's monster. This means that these two are pretty much unusable for any Xyz shenanigans. Oh. Gonna special. Oh, Dross Film is so cool. So cool. Got rid of the Antlion now. But because of the Retaliating Sea, they still get the Surge. I'm curious why they go for the Howling Insect here, because wouldn't you go for the Cocoon Dancer? Banishes one, pops the set. Can't do anything against that. But at least it's something with a graveyard effect. The nice thing as well is Selene Snapper for blue to you was kind of a high investment, because they had to use 3 monster for this. Okay, it's not that many because it only needs 3, but they cannot get this back. And Bidoof summoned this, and they can just summon it back every single time, because it can special summon itself with its own effect back from the graveyard. Okay, Sarama is gonna set and pop the Aruha. Aruha is gonna summon Rakea, most likely. I believe that if they played like this, they probably got an escape in the hand. Moment's Howling Insect. Okay. Goes into a copy of Jar Jar to get rid of the Selene Snapper. target itself. This way they get the Selene Snapper out of rotation, because otherwise Bidoof would have just been able to summon it back from the graveyard. Or they get the Drosphilium out of rotation. That's a valid thing as well. Drosphilium effect is gonna reduce the Selene Snapper's attack. Banishes the opponent's monster. And now we can swing with Selene Snapper over Selene Snapper. That's very interesting as well. Okay, how many Unchains left in the deck? The age-old question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 left in the deck. They set 1, move to the battle phase, and Wax in hand! Ooh, that's bad. That's pretty bad. You can still get rid of anything except the Wax and the Jata. Yeah. Yeah. Gets rid of the Selene Snapper. Valid, valid. Wax effect negates the Selene Snapper. Oh, it's time in the round. I didn't pay attention to the time in the round, but it is time in the round right now. Time in the round at tournament ping. Okay, next round's matchups are going to be very interesting because we had so many drops. We got 5 people left in the tournament, so that means we're going to have 1 bye round even. And only 2 tables are going to be full. But perfect, you're back right in time because the next round is about to start. Okay, next round's matchups are going to be... I'll wait a few more seconds if anybody writes that they drop. Okay, right now in first place we got SC43, then second place Bidoof, then third place Blue to You, fourth place Alpha Cerberus, and fifth place VAM YGO. That means I don't think VAM can win. I'm not sure. God, I'm really not sure. Anyway, next round's matchups are SC43 versus Alpha Cerberus and never mind, SC43 versus Bidoof and Alpha Cerberus versus VAM. Okay. Matchups for round 4 at tournament ping. Oh, whoops. That's the wrong matchups. Okay. Then in the last round we will have SC43 versus Bidoof on tournament table 1 and Alpha Cerberus versus VAM. This makes sense as SC43 and Bidoof are currently first and second place. So this will be finals. Bidoof versus SC43. Will SC43 be able to sweep the tournament and go home with a 4-0 win? Or will we have the redemption arc of Predaplants, and Predaplants may be able to win the tournaments? This would be very fun as well, because Predaplants had a really good showing this tournament, but SC43 has surprised me with how they've played so far. Very well played so far. Yeah, I'll start the timer any second, and you can already start your round. Okay. Timer started. Okay, we got high rate draw setting itself. This is good because we prevent the Spino from special summoning from the deck. Then Howl effect. Justicia, just in rotation is nice for the Howl. That we get something, some normal monster in our graveyard or on our side of the field for the Howl. Because Howl is good, but Howl just if we get a Palio on our side of the field is it's not that insane. Normal some right hand shark effect. It's gonna grab from the deck a copy of left hand shark. Left hand shark effect probably. Another Howl. Okay. Huh. Chain the Oleonoidus, I guess. Negates it with Rose Archer. Nice. Main decking Rose Archer. That's so ballsy. I think you're fighting for third. I'm really bad at the maths. You might be able to go for second as well. No idea, I'll be honest. No idea at all. Special Spectre Oleonoidus, high red draw. It's gonna get rid of the Spino, as well as every single other monster on their side of the field to draw 2 cards. Nice. Just sitting on the fly trap here is probably pretty impactful. Unless they just do the right hand left hand shark combo. But to be honest, right hand left hand really doesn't do much against Predator Plants because they get their kaijus. So I'm curious how this match is gonna go. Specials the left hand. I don't know. Like, wouldn't you just special summon the left hand before summoning the Parlor? Goes for a Tinkek swings over the Predator, swings directly for 15, swings directly for 13. Tinkek tagging out for the Parlor again, and then they are passing. Predator pruning is interesting, but I feel like they got I feel like they got downtime to bounce the pruning. Ooh, Cutter Shark. Tributing off the monster that was just targeted. Special summon itself. Cutter Shark could add back the laundry, that's pretty nice. Normals, Patera. Patera can take control of the Parlor to prevent the Tinkek summon. That's why they use Howl, target their own Justicia to steal the Patera. So now at the start of the battle phase they can do Parlor again. Parlor summon Tinkek. Spino can run over the left hand shark, and they do have the downtime. Downtime is gonna bounce. That hurts quite much because obviously we waited with the bounce for the battle phase. Rose Gold trigger effect, special summons this, but no use summoning this in attack position. Pruning again. Ooh, I don't know, pruning here. Specials back the Spino effect. Now we will be able to place a counter, because this is not a hard once per turn. Yeah. Place a counter on the Cutter Shark. Cutter Shark's gonna resolve in the end phase, and it's gonna add laundry. Probably. I guess Natyal depending on the hand, but laundry makes sense. Okay. Ooh, oh, I'm so sorry, I just read the message. Yeah, I think I'll have to give you a game loss. I'm very sorry, Arthur, but Okay. Still 34 minutes on the clock. Oh, that's super unfortunate for them. Bidov makes SC43 go first. That is interesting. I like the idea of making your opponent go first if you're playing Predator plans. I also like setup. Like setup is always just so nice. If you can get something like a Cradle Intact or something just running, that's kind of cool. Or like your Rika resource loop. Okay, remember guys, this is finals. Game 2 of finals. Whoever wins this match wins the tournament. And SC43 might be able to go home undefeated. Normals, laundries, mills are everything they could have ever asked for. Cutter Shark and high rate draw. Yep. Normal Spino effect. Targets laundry. Yep, chain Cutter Shark. Yep. This is a very convincing argument for Cutter Shark's ban. This is sets 1, sets 2. Like, I'll be perfectly honest, I've seen people try to use Cutter Shark against me and it was kind of disappointing. Because in the end, if you use Cutter Shark as a resource loop and it's just I can get back my body that I then have to normal summon and everything, and it's just a 2k death monster that I try to protect myself with, then it's not insane. But if you play it out well and you like, high rate draw is the card that pretty much breaks this. Double hooking is interesting as well. Especially laundry and right hand. Also triggers their Oleonoidus. Wow. Wow, this is insane! Again guys, this is the Master Duel N format. Every single card in this is N. And we're doing combo. This is impressive. Very impressive. The people playing in this tournament really cooked. But I'm quite sorry for Bidov. They just got unlucky. Like, what was that mill with the Laundry Dragon made? Holy smokes. Makes a power code talker effect. Not summoning. Okay, I would have maybe summoned it to the other extra monster zone, but who knows. Laundry effect, oh my god! They got Natyal as well in rotation. Oh, that's so bad for Bidov. How do you get out of this? Like, there definitely are ways, but it's not pretty. Oh my god, they milled Cobra as well. So now they can add back Cobra with Cutter Shark. Natyal effect shuffles back. Yeah. This is the writing on the cake. Writing on the wall, I mean. And the icing on the cake on SC43's turn. Whew. Yep, of course they have Natyal too. They just... this was sculpted, this hand. Tributes Rose Shaman draws 1. And that's it. Wow, SC43 takes home a win for mutants. Wow. Wow. Undefeated tournament win for SC43. That was crazy. Wow, and then winning finals in a 2-0 fashion. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, this is Saris's wild deck. I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of fallen in love with this deck. This is such a mess, but also so funny. Okay, and Vam is on Cutter shenanigans. Takes control of the Zeistemas so they don't get the banish effect. Total of Torment. Toddler's gonna give them a normal monster in the graveyard, but they don't have any holds. Ah, they have Grand Knight. Grand Knight is gonna force out the Zeistemas effect, banish the Oleonoidus from the graveyard, swing directly, activate the Soul Release is gonna banish pretty much everything from the graveyard, links off the 2 for a Hagukemino, because Pit Knight early wouldn't have been as good here, because the Infernoids can just banish the Pit Knight early. Activate Smashing Ground effect, pops the Grand Knight. Sadly for Vam, they got no insect monster in the graveyard that they could summon with Hagukemino, but their opponent plays into the Hagukemino zone. You cannot attack Hagukemino while it points to a monster, and it currently points to the Manticore of Smashing. Misplay on Saris' side. Turn passes over to Vam. Vam draws for turn and has to pass immediately on this. Saris is gonna special summon a token again. Probably activate a Smashing Ground is what I wanted to say, but Shinobi Insect Hagukemino doesn't have any defense points, so they can't really get rid of this. They go into their own copy of Hagukemino. Activate the Manticore of Smashing, special summon itself, back from the graveyard. Great card. Goes into the battle phase, swings over the Hagukemino, swings directly with their own Hagukemino, and then passes back to Vam. Here we can see like the kind of deck that wasn't like this. Katashak and this didn't feel bannable, I'll be honest. But Katashak in like a super dedicated deck, where like SC43 was playing it, and yeah, that's just it's a little bit too good. Turn passes, they set a monster in the Hagukemino column as well. Normal summons Laundry Mill, and they have a Katashak in the graveyard. They don't have any crazy other ways to trigger the Katashak in graveyard as well though, but they do have an Oleonoidus. Normal activates Natyal. Natyal, shuffle back the Toddler of Torment. That's crazy. Goes into the battle phase, Laundry effect, bounce itself, special summon back the Natyal. Then Natyal is gonna clear... Good question. Gonna clear the Manticore. The problem I see here is Ceres has Smashing Ground. They can just clear the Nadia without targeting it with a Smashing Ground. Then you can't even do the Cutter Shark here. Yep. Standby, they get a token again. Void Expansion is not a good card at first, but it can snowball quite easily. Yep, gets rid of the Nadia with Smashing Ground, then they will be able to summon back the Manticore of Smashing. Flips their own Terrifying Toddler of Torment. Toddler of Torment is probably gonna send a Toddler of Torment or a Soul Scissors. It's interesting, we're getting dangerously close to being able to game here. If you use like these two, we can make a Berserker, then we got 3k. Yeah, one more monster on field does it. Are they able to summon one more effect monster or normal monster to the other side of the field? Like, they get like not that they like summon another toddler or something. Okay, they make the Berserker, as mentioned, but I would have made it with the Inferno token. Because if you had used the Berserker, yeah, okay, they didn't get off anyway. Make their own Haku Camino, and this would be game. This would be game. Swings directly, and the final attack, is it gonna connect? It is gonna connect. Okay, then we got our last result. That is a 2-0 win for Ceres, because Vam sadly had some cards in their main deck that they were not supposed to be. They had some cards from their side deck still in their main deck. Yeah. Quite sad, no. Okay. Final standings. Okay. Our final results are SC43 went undefeated with a 4-0 record. Wild. They beat on their way to the championship. They beat Bidov, who was undefeated before as well. Beat Alpha Ceres, beat Squilf, and had a bye round in round 1, but we are gonna ignore that. And in second place we have Alpha Ceres, who has a very good tiebreaker, because their one loss that they have is versus SC43. In third place we have Bidov with 2 wins, 1 loss, also against the SC43, and a draw. Then Blue to You with 1 loss, 1 win, 1 draw, and a bye round. Vam in 5th place. 6th place is Squilf, 7th is Master, then 2D Battery, then Lucian, and then the bye round. Okay. I had a blast looking at this tournament, and I think I don't have to beat around the bush anymore. I think we can all be very clear and say that Cutter Shark probably needs to be banned, because we all saw that finals. We saw that Swift 2-0 from SC43. They went undefeated for playing the first time in the tournament. Thank you for playing in the tournament, Sebi99, and thank everybody else for playing in the tournament as well. We sadly had some drops, so I think even though we had 9 people registered for today's tournament, we had 1 no-show and 2 drops after round 1. But I am doing prize money, so I'm gonna ask the people who topped today's tournament to submit the deck list, and I'm gonna send their 1 prizes to them in the way that they choose to, like a TCG player gift card or something. And yeah, the deck lists of the topping decks will be posted, even though you can probably ignore the deck that actually won the tournament, as that one is highly reliant on Cutter Shark, and I don't think Cutter Shark is gonna make it until the next tournament, because it is on the chopping block. So I wish all of you a nice night, evening, morning, wherever you are right now. I'm hyped for the next tournament. I had a blast with this tournament, and stay safe out there. Oh, and if you wanna find any of the people that played in today's tournament, I'm gonna ask them for the like YouTube handles and everything, and you will be able to find them down in the description of this video below. I'm gonna link Vam YGO, for example. They played in today's tournament, and if anybody else plays in this tournament and wants to have the handle listed in the stream, then you can just hit me up and I'll post it down in the description below. Yeah, same to you. Have a nice night. Have a nice night. Stay safe. The next tournament is not gonna be in like less than a month. I think it's probably gonna be in like 2 months again. And yeah, have a nice night. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next tournament, or just